brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter, mornings at the cabin.
Morning, everybody. Welcome along. There's a full house. Mornings at the cabin on your Monday morning. Brought to you today by a new festival coming to Yellowknife. 47th Street is being taken over for the August holiday weekend with performances, workshops, and food from Elka's table. Stay tuned. More details about that coming up in the show. We're going to have Meredith, maybe Colin as well, on at around about 8 o'clock this morning. So look forward to that. Meanwhile, hello to Sarah, hello to AJ, hello to Lecter.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was almost a chorus. It was a
hello, hello, hello.
Yeah,
Is that what you're looking for?
Exactly that. How are we all doing? Penny's down there as well. We got a lot to catch up on this weekend. From this weekend, what do we got? We got some duck racing we should talk about. Penelope T. Dog went missing on, was it Saturday evening?
Maybe?
It all blurs into one. It all blurs.
She's so traumatized.
Not knowing the day.
Yes, because it was after we went and got groceries for
All right.
the trip.
One at a time. Everyone has a view on this. Lecter.
Well, I'd say not knowing the day is Jesse's bit, Sarah. I mean, I guess you're filling in, but...
There you go. So we will catch up on the fact that Penelope went astray, if only briefly, and it's fairly safe to say that we don't need to worry about Penny, given how that turned out. More about that coming up. Also, one of us is going to the Nahanni for 12 days. 12 days?
I think 12 days on the river.
12 days on the river. Okay.
We've accounted for like 12 meals on the river. And then
Yeah, well, we all know how...
Big River gas station on the way back.
14.
Oh, get that bison burger. Woo. That thing's legendary.
We all know how cabin radio and meal planning get on when it comes to trips, so good luck with that. Sarah's off to the Nahanni. We'll chat about that as well. I think Mr. Wheeler is lurking in the wings, and he'll be taking over from me in just a moment's time as well. So good morning. Let's look forward to the fact that, we're going to have a festival, eventually, on 47th Street, and we're going to have some people going to be able to come. I'm sure there's some sort of social distancing thing going on there. We'll get it all figured out.
Mornings at the cabin, the podcast.
Mornings at the cabin, Wheeler strolling in whenever the hell he damn well pleases in the Rolling Stones and their best song, Street Fightin' Man. Wheeler, Lecter, AJ, and Sarah with you on your Monday morning. Thank you to Ollie for taking over the helm as he does when I am late. And now I have a breakfast penalty, so what are we getting for breakfast?
Good start to the week.
I'm not going anywhere, but if you guys want to go, I'll pay for it.
All right. Sounds good.
Under $20.
In your defense.
Under $20.
It's Folk Monday. We shouldn't be here today.
I know. This is a civic holiday. This is what we are supposed to be nursing our folk on the rocks over. I don't want to say hangover.
Our
Exhaustion?
Exhaustion.
our
that's
workovers.
right. I tried very hard not to think about what was supposed to be happening this weekend, and I think
I know.
a lot of people were kind of doing that too. But a lot of people were out and about. There was the float on the rocks. There was some tunes going down out at the houseboats. A bunch of people out there with their boats and stuff like that, peeling up to cabins and listening to some tunes.
Oh,
Real nice.
listening to folk on the air, no doubt.
Well, probably. It looked like they were listening to some live tunes as well.
Folk on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was live.
Folk on the
All
water.
weekend.
All weekend. Yeah.
Well, I think our Emily was also there doing a comedy skit on the deck of one of the
That's
houseboats
right.
while all the canoes and kayaks and stuff in the water.
Oh, okay.
Float on the rocks or folk on the boats or
Folk on the water.
folk on the water.
Fire in the Sky.
Great movie. 1993.
Whoa.
It's about an alien abduction. Anyway, yeah, Emily was doing some stand-up this weekend as well. So, I mean,
Nice.
totally missed out on a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But it wasn't supposed to happen because it was supposed to be folk.
That's right. So all of that stuff is just in the minds of other people,
That's right.
imaginations and whatnot. But over the weekend, Extreme Duck Racing had its final. Yesterday, Extreme Duck Racing 2020 went down. I haven't watched this video yet, so I was going to start
you gotta
watching
watch the final.
I'm going to watch it right now.
Oh, man.
Barely hear it. I'm just going to kind of play it at a low volume while I watch it. You guys can talk about it. You guys have seen it, right?
You could probably turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Yeah.
Last thing before I went to bed.
This
Oh, nice.
is it.
Just like,
the
no, I
grand
can't.
final
I can't
of
go to sleep
Extreme
without
Duck
knowing.
Racing.
I saw
It's
the
been
reaction.
An intense week
I know who
of
won.
competition here at the Cameron Falls.
But I'm
we
not
have
gonna say it
9
until the
ducks,
end of this.
and just one
Okay.
will be crowned
Watch
the
this whole
champion
thing.
after going
I
over
tuned in
that
right at
fall.
7. Yeah,
Here is your
recaps
starters,
the heats
49,
and the
159,
semifinals. Kind of goes through the highlight
434.
reels.
Yeah, we already know what happened.
Okay,
coming
so
through
we're
there,
about
looking
halfway
quite
through
good
now.
as well. Now there are 3 ducks hanging
Ow.
toward this
Who
left
did this
side.
camera
They
work?
have to be careful of
All
going
of us.
down dead
Wow.
back alley.
Yeah,
That
there
is
was
what's going to
a
happen. 514,
wire
395,
camera, there was
and
a
958 have
drone,
had
there
it.
was a
wire
Down
camera,
dead
yeah.
ducks.
Several
I'm not
GoPros.
sure
2 or
we'll
3
see them
other
again.
cameras.
That leaves 6 ducks.
One
on
that
the
might have
main
fallen in the
course,
water on this
heading
one
that's
towards the
still
water
recording
now.
to this
Let's
day,
see what
rumor
happens
has
as
it.
they come through that main churning set of rapids there. This will give us some more indication of where we are. Here they come.
I do love that
49
there's
is at the
the
front.
crowd- the crowd noise
159
has been
and
one of my favorite
434,
parts.
50%
Oh, man,
of
the
place
crowd
right now.
was in
Look at the effect
incredible
of that
voice.
water.
Well, I mean, we're doing the same
way
thing that
it
professional
charges
sports are doing
these
right
ducks
now
from
because
side to
That's right.
side.
Major League
Well,
Baseball's on right now,
Yep.
and they're adding crowd noise. It's silly. Here, here it's silly, but it's worthwhile.
It is.
Yeah.
That's just Ollie cheering into the mic and then just dubbing it over
Exactly, yeah, that's right.
400,000 times.
And then there'll be a sprint
The duck.
finish as
The
soon
duck.
as we get there. You can just see a couple of ducks making it over the edge there. We still have 6 ducks in this. Wait,
Oh,
no.
this is my
On
favorite
the
part.
right-hand side, we have a duck. Of course,
Duck.
it's 49. 49 has gone off the course, and surely there's no way back from there. That is tragedy for 49. It's 159 who has the
Wow.
lead. 159 is
Oh, and
way
things were
ahead
looking
in
so
first.
good for
13:10 in second
159.
place. 13:59
And 1359.
now coming round that top end. And it'll be surely 159 if he can just keep going toward that finish.
This is
But
incredible.
wait, there are
I love
rapids.
this.
One
This is so
five
good.
nine,
Wait,
the line
there
is
are
closed,
rapids.
then needs to
Right.
keep going. And now a Brudge. 159 is stuck.
I don't-
159 is stuck.
I'm not sure
It's
people
going to be
appreciate how
13:10
hard it is
and
to-
13:59. They're neck and neck with
What is
just
that?
moments from the finish. 13:10, 13:59.
Oh!
13:10.
They look like they were neck and neck.
Right?
Beak
Oh,
to
they
beak.
were.
Oh, he does
They
like
were.
a little photo finish.
No
and
doubt.
everything,
Oh, yeah, look at
virtual
this.
finish
Slow
line.
mo photo finish.
Centimeters.
Boom. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Buy a beak.
Buy a beak. A
Wonderful
bill, I
stuff.
suppose.
I don't think people appreciate how hard it is to commentate on something that's recorded. I mean, it's hard to record it, like, but to make it feel like you're watching it in real time.
He made it feel that way, didn't he?
He did.
13:59, second by a
Danielle
hair.
Normandin.
4-3-4
Congratulations.
off
Yeah.
That's pretty
awesome.
One,
That's pretty awesome.
5-9, the
All right,
furthest
well,
down the course, the rest
next
were
year.
not
Thrilling
finishes.
adventure.
A
And
thrilling
they're
adventure
shown in
indeed.
the order of how
It's also
far
nice
down
to see the
course they
video.
got.
I know you were up on the
13:10
bridge.
Yes.
So you
was
could
an
really see how it was
astonishing
playing.
victory.
No, I had no
We were
idea.
down
What
at the
a
very
final.
bottom
Thank
on
you
duck
so much for
retrieval.
joining us on
So
Extreme Duck Racing
there was,
all week.
yeah, no one really
We look
saw the
forward
race
to
except
being
for Ollie.
back
Ollie
next
probably had the
year.
best view of all of it.
Yeah.
It was nice to actually see what went down.
And
The
even that,
excitement.
only like a little portion. And then ducks would disappear. Others
Yeah.
would pop up.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's going on.
No.
They put it all together. And
Looks great.
Duck Racing 2020. Extreme.
Extreme.
Duck Racing.
Oh, finally.
We talked
know.
about the Netflix Canada pitch between us a little bit.
Yep.
Ollie's very serious.
He's pretty
As well you
serious.
should be. As well you
And-
should be.
Yeah.
Marble racing is huge right now on YouTube.
Right?
Why not
Yeah.
duck racing?
Why not duck racing?
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Even
short season.
I loved how he had like the little profiles of the ducks, like talking about their races while showing like
Yeah.
their preliminary results in the final, and you had like the actual profile of the duck, so it's like mean mugging you in the face, but it's smiling because it's a stupid little rubber duck. Oh, it's so great. But yeah,
So much fun.
Netflix Canada. You want some extreme duck racing?
Next year, Alexandra Falls.
I think we should just shoot a bunch more tomorrow.
No,
Huh?
No.
No?
I'm not
No, they're
carrying.
good.
I'm not
They seem
carrying
good.
another duck to Cameron Falls.
I was gonna say you guys worked very, very hard and produced pretty amazing stuff. So
Yeah.
You know what?
There you go.
In the end, it was a fun day.
Hard work pays off.
No,
Does
yeah.
it?
Sometimes it's supposed to.
It's supposed
So
to.
when it does,
That's what
rarely,
I've been told
it's
my whole
nice.
life, which is why I avoid it. Extreme Duck Racing 2020. Catch the final on Cabin Radio NWT's Facebook page. Well, we already said the winner, but I won't give it away if you haven't seen it and you just tuned in right now.
It's worth watching again.
It is worth watching again. Go check them out. Go check out all the heats from all of last week on the Facebook page. And we look forward to Duck Racing, Extreme Duck Racing 2021 at Alexandra Falls. I'm just putting it out there right now. We're doing it.
I'm not that strong of a swimmer.
I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, Louise Falls is like 2 kilometers downstream.
There you go.
Okay,
Wait, would that be a better
that's a
falls to
reasonable
do it?
compromise. Sure,
That's right.
yeah, I'll swim at the bottom of that falls instead.
Yeah, that'll be a better one. Right? It'll be safer.
Why not just do 2 falls?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being volunteered for stuff again.
Listen, we'll put you in a barrel. We'll fill it full of pillows. You'll be fine.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
This morning's show brought to you by Mermaid and Moon and Event Rentals. There's a new festival coming to Yellowknife, 47th Street. It's being taken over for the August holiday weekend with performances, workshops, and food from Elky's Table. Stay tuned for more details. Stay tuned today because we'll have Meredith McNulty from Mermaid and Moon on at 8 o'clock to talk about this new festival, of which we have very little information. It seems to be a secret. I can't wait to find out. Over the weekend, was it yesterday? I think so. Penny went missing.
Saturday.
Our beloved mascot. Was it Saturday? I have no idea what days they are.
Sarah didn't know either. It's fine.
Fair enough. How did you not know? Were you out of town?
No, I just couldn't remember what day of the week.
Oh, okay,
But
fair
I
enough.
have figured it out.
It was 7:00 in the morning. It was too early to recollect what happened
Fair
over the
enough.
weekend.
Fair enough. So Penny, our beloved mascot, is she known to run away? Is she known to
No,
hop fence?
not at all. Not
No.
at all.
This is staggering news that she went missing for how long?
About an hour and a half,
Okay,
I'd say.
that's enough.
Yeah.
Especially
So
when she doesn't
my
run
friends
off.
and I had all gone grocery shopping together because we're doing this Nahani trip, which
Yes.
is also on the board to talk about
Absolutely.
at some point later. So we'd all come back to my house with all the groceries, and we were making trips in and out of the house and through the gate with all the groceries. And then we were all inside having our meeting and unpacking the groceries. And at some point, I realized I hadn't seen Penny in a while, and she's gotten into this habit of sleeping under my bed. So I was like, whatever, she's probably just under the bed or like in the backyard, or she's around. She doesn't go anywhere. So I decided to look for her just really quick, just to make sure I knew where she was, and she was nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere to be found.
So then I looked everywhere again, and I started walking up and down the street, and I came back and I was like, guys, I think my dog is gone. I think she's missing.
Oh, no.
At which point I got a phone
At which
call.
point this was probably 8:45, so I was like, she could have been gone from 8 for all I know.
Yeah.
Right.
She could be half an hour away by now.
There's garbages all over the city.
That's right.
Yes,
She
and
could be sampling
my
any of
roommate's
them.
dog really likes to go over to one of our neighbors' houses because they put out moldy bread for the birds. So her dog is always escaping to go over there and eat all this rotten bread. So I was like, maybe she's there.
Beautiful.
Other also has lots of
Why?
other dog friends up and down the street.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
she's
Of
in one
course.
of their yards. Maybe she's just eating garbage.
Because you live in Peace River Flats.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, I grew up in and around there, and back in the day, that's what you just open the door and let the dog out.
Right.
That's I grew up with my dog Belle. I had her from a puppy when I was in kindergarten, and she was an Old Town dog. Open the door, let her out. She'll come back at some point,
Yeah.
eat, and leave again.
Old Town dogs regulate traffic.
That's right.
They slow
do.
cars down.
They slow cars down.
That's
they
their role.
chase after them. They nip at people as they roll by on their motorcycles.
Hey,
this is how
slow
we
down.
control things. Yeah, this is the law in Old Town. Every once in a while, she just drag a fish or a caribou head back with her. There you go.
That's
I mean, you
circle of
got to
life.
teach Penny these Old Town ways. Get out there, find your own food, and figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I let her out this morning while I was brushing my teeth.
yeah.
Went to go let her in, and I realized the gate was also open from, I think, people who had come in later last night after I'd gone to bed.
It's
But
a
she was
nonstop
waiting at the
party
gate
at your
Yeah, house. she's like-
with a bone. She'd come back with a bone and a million mosquitoes on her face. So.
Of course.
Well,
She's starting to make a little habit of this, which isn't the
on,
best.
on Saturday
If the gate
night,
is open.
so we all started looking for Penny. Eventually, you and I, Sarah, had ended up heading down Schooldraw Avenue just in case. I was pretty sure Penny would be somewhere around the house, but
Yeah.
you never know, right? She's been gone for a little while. And I
We
also
walk down
thought,
that way every day, so I was like, maybe she's wanted to go check out the dumpsters down School Draw by
Right.
the water.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
He's always very
Good.
excited about the seagulls and the garbage there when we walk by.
Good eating.
So I thought, you know what I'll also do? I'll stick a quick photo and a little thing on the Cabin Radio Facebook page because why not? Right?
Yeah.
We have access to that, and
Yeah.
we'll give it a go.
And I would like to say, I was like, oh, should I post something on the missing dogs of Yellowknife page? And Ollie was like, we'll post it on Cabin Radio. So this was not
Penny's
my
above
idea. I
that.
wanted to
More
make
followers.
this very clear.
More
Ollie was
followers.
like, we have 10,000 followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
We have to post it there.
That's right.
Got to use that platform.
Yes,
Exactly.
just before people
Yeah.
think that I abused my power
Yeah, that's
as
right.
admin of the
Well, you
Facebook
were
page.
starting to get a little panicky. You know, the Penny has not done this before, right? So it was a little. you were a
Where
little
could she
worried.
be? She
Right.
usually she doesn't.
Well,
go
Yeah,
the
through
Franklin
that
Avenue's
doorway.
right there.
Figured
That's
might
kind
as
of
well,
scary.
Might as well try and use that. And we started to get a couple of posts of people who said, "Yeah, I've seen around Peace River Flat.
Yeah, yeah.
She clearly hasn't gone far." But then the crowning moment came when someone sent a photo. I don't think they added a post or anything, but they basically said, "Is this her? This looks like her." Send this photo. Sarah, what did the photo show?
There's Penny in my driveway.
Smiling away. What's
And the look on Penny's face, she wasn't really smiling. She had this look on her face as though she was saying to the guy taking the photo, I went away for 15 minutes. Everybody's gone. Have you seen a woman 5'8"-ish? Kind of just yay high.
Yeah.
I can't find her. There were 10 humans at this house a minute ago. I blink. I turn around. Everyone is gone. I can't get back in. I've lost them. Can you post this somewhere? Missing human.
Yeah.
I'm flattered you think I'm 5'8". I'm not that tall.
I was gonna say, shot from the moon there.
Penny's like, can you
so
post
yeah,
this
so
on the
we-
Cabin Facebook
We
page?
rushed
A
back
lot of
'cause
people
were
will
like,
see
yeah,
it.
we just saw her corner of Hamilton and McAvoy. I was like, oh, that's literally the intersection my house is at. So we get home, like there's 3 people standing in front of my driveway. They're like throwing treats into the driveway,
and they're
trying to
all
lure
pointing.
Penny out of the driveway. They've got like a dog leash. They are ready.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who these people were, but yeah, Penny was like backing into the driveway, like, no, I'm not going with you. I'm at home.
Danger!
I'm at home.
Stranger danger!
Well, that's okay. So
Yeah, so I pull up and they're like, "Do you want some food to like get her to you?" I was like, "No, she'll be
she'll be
fine."
so
She's in the driveway.
I came prepared to talk about this because Saturday evening we were at the cabin and Nicole got a call on her phone, which is surprising because we don't really get that good a reception out there. But it came through and she's like, "Oh, what the?" Answers the phone, and it's her friend Kayla, and she's like, "Hey, Penny's missing," and we're just like, "Huh?" She's like, "We've got Penny. Oh wait, oh Ollie just arrived. Then I'll call you back." And that was the end of the phone call, and we were just like, "What is happening back there?" And then we got a follow-up text being like, "Well, that was weird. Penny was gone, and then she showed up, and then Ollie showed up and took her," or something like that, and said like, "Thanks, bye, have a good night." It's like, what? Okay. So this is kind of putting all the pieces back
Because
together
Kayla was
here.
there at the time, and
Okay.
Kayla was pointing to Penny. Here she is, and Penny was in her own driveway
I
at the time, which Kayla wouldn't have known.
No,
But
yeah,
it was
yeah.
very funny as we came back round the corner, and Kayla, there she is, there's Penny. And like, oh yeah, Penny's sat by her own gate, so to speak,
Yeah.
wondering where everyone went.
Found
Yeah.
lost dog
They're trying to
in
give me
front of
treats
own
to
dog's
like lure
home.
her out
Okay.
of her own driveway. I was like, "She'll come to me.
Yeah.
She'll be fine."
Well,
Okay, I understand where all the confusion was.
she is currently racked out under the Studio One table, looking as cute as ever.
And all is as it should
So
be.
What
if
an
she
adventure.
disappears again, I'm sure she's just next door.
Yeah,
Eating
next
garbage
door.
and not listening to me.
Yeah, that's right.
Does not go far away. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
Pen.
glad she didn't cross the main road there.
Yeah.
that's
Penny's
correct.
missing. Just let her inside, Sarah.
Again, back in my day, dogs were free to roam Old Town. Oh, my goodness. Well, good on you, Penn. Thanks for not going too far.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
This morning brought to you by Mermaid and Moon and Event Rentals YK. And, well, there's a new festival coming to town. And we just found out about it. Well, we didn't. We knew that they were coming on to talk about it, but we just got the details. Obviously, a lot of things have been canceled this summer, including one of the big ones that just happened this past weekend. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. Still feeling a little raw, but that's fine. There are people in Yellowknife looking to fill those needs, fill those holes, and we have 2 of them here right now. Meredith McNulty from Mermaid and Moon and Colin Dempsey from Event Rentals YK have a new idea for a new festival coming up in August. Welcome.
Thank you.
Colin, get a little closer to the microphone if you could.
Oh, sure.
Thank you very much. So tell us a little bit about
manhandle
your...
that mic.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't feel it. Do one of these. No one can hear anything. It's fine.
Yeah, body slam, pile
That's right.
driver, whatever you want to do.
That's right. Tell us a little bit about your idea for a new festival on 47th Street in August. What's up?
Okay, yeah. So as you say, a lot of things are canceled. We want to do something.
Yeah.
We figure it's great to create an opportunity for artists to perform. It's great for us to get event rentals. Just we can get people working, get our equipment out. So we're hosting a festival. We're working with the guidelines. It's actually created some interesting adaptations that we're excited about. There's a lot of challenges, but we think this might in some ways be a better model for a festival. We can manage attendees a lot better. We can provide more assurance to the performers that there's going to be people there to actually enjoy their performance, which is always a disappointing part sometimes, especially with early performances at festivals. People aren't clear on the schedule or whatever. So anyway, we just want people to have a great time, and we think we've come up with this event-safe Yellowknife plan where we can develop plans, make your event safe, events of all sizes, all types of functions. And we want to demonstrate that here in a space that we control with a model we'd looked at before. And actually, I'll let Meredith speak to the opening and all of that, maybe, if you don't mind. Sorry.
Meredith?
Yeah, sounds good. So the actual festival, we're calling it the Festival on 47th Street. And the whole point, or I guess what we're hoping to do, is really celebrate the arts community and offer a space for people to share, their artistic talents.
Absolutely.
The arts community has really been affected by COVID, especially musicians, painters. It's been a tough time for everyone, and I had to close the business when the pandemic happened. So now that I'm reopened, I want to be able to offer a space for other artists that have also been affected. So it's going to be really fun. There's going to be, we're basically celebrating a lot of the businesses and artists that are on 47th Street. So the shop itself hosts art and handmade products from artists. So we'll have some of those artists available showing their talents. And then there's going to be some fitness classes in the morning, some jewelry workshops, painting workshops.
Nice.
And then in the evening, we've got live music. We've got a DJ performance on both Friday and Sunday. And it should be super fun.
All right.
Yeah.
That does sound like a lot of fun. My mother lives on 47th Street.
She does?
She does. Yeah, she's in the pink house at the very end near Sir John.
Oh, okay. We're just up at the top.
There you go.
Anyway, it'll be a quick trip.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She'll be able to get down there, no problem.
Exactly.
All right. This is incredible. Well, anything that kind of comes up that's here to support the arts community, like you said, been hit very hard. But obviously, I mean, the arts community, as a person who worked in the arts for a very long time and continues to do so, the arts community always needs help. Always.
What is it with that?
What is it with that? Why does the arts community always need a handout? Not a handout, a hand up.
Hand up.
Yeah, that's right. No, this is a very cool idea. Obviously, yeah, there's been so many things canceled. So, like, adding anything new to the schedule is obviously a bit of a trip. It's a lot of hard work, especially given the summer when it's usually very busy. But Colin, you mentioned that there's something new. You've kind of created a new model for this whole thing, and you sound a little bit. You sound pretty excited about it. So, tell us a little bit about this new model and like these new adjustments that you guys have made.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the big ones is it is going to be limited to 40 guests. We're going to have to keep every event under 50 total people, including the staff.
Of course.
The other thing we've done is the seating area where the guests will be is separate from the performers' tent.
Okay.
So they're technically separate spaces. And with a neutral zone that's barricaded in between, just for we're playing it really safe.
Yeah.
We don't want to play any games here.
No, fair enough.
We just want to show that this can be done safely. After each 40-person event, we've got an hour block where we're going to change all the linens, change out all the chairs. Everything's going to get totally spray bleached, including the porta potties. And we'll take the chairs out. We'll spray bleach those. We'll have 2 sets so we can rotate them in and out as they're drying.
Wow.
We're really. It helps that we own thousands of tables and chairs.
It does.
So it makes it a little bit easier. But we want to really demonstrate that you can host your events, you can host your weddings, you can host your celebrations, your corporate functions, whatever. It's just a matter of a safety plan, and we'll do that for you. We'll get the approvals.
Okay.
We'll do the layouts, the planning. We're very happy to make it easy for people.
Oh, very cool.
That's awesome. That's and I mean, that's probably I imagine, like, for me, we're planning a wedding for hopefully next summer, and we're trying to figure out the best way to do that safely. So that's good to hear, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in our situation who are looking for ways to make it as safe as possible. So that's really cool that you guys are taking care of that for them. Meredith, you're kind of a story in overcoming adversity here. Like, not only were you launching a new business just before the new year, you're trying to like put on a little, little big thing for the opening, and then so that got pushed back, and then all of a sudden the pandemic pushed it back. You're still plugging along. How's it going?
It's good. I'm really grateful for the support that I've had in the community. I think Yellowknife is one of the best places for that because people are so willing to support local. Colin and Ainsley are obviously huge supporters of the business, and it was definitely a tough time having to close and kind of readapting the business model, and just working hard behind the scenes to make sure that the business stayed sustainable, I guess. And it's definitely been tough, but I'm happy to be where we are now and planning this event, and I really can't complain.
Well, and thank you for coming up with a way to move people around and like a new way of doing these things without having to actually spray them down with hand sanitizer.
Right.
Always my idea for Festival on Franklin. They didn't take it. They canceled. I was like, just constly spray people with hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do it. They're like eyes will burn and stuff.
News.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sacrifice if you want to get out there and have fun. great idea. Thanks so much for putting in the work, because I know like organizing literally anything is really, really hard. That's why I'm the idea guy.
That's right.
I just got to do this. I go, we should do a drive-in movie and then let everybody else do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked out great.
It really did.
It really did.
Gotta hand it to you.
That's right. Okay, so you can find out more at mermaidandmoon.com. Are you taking on like if there's artists that want to come down and show their wares or perform? Are you still taking on performers and people? Or
We gotta be pretty careful,
Of course.
Yeah.
but if people want to contact us in
Yeah.
advance, if this goes well, there may be opportunities to fit people into this one. But also, we're looking to do this
Again,
many
yeah.
times.
Yeah, of course.
in the
Yeah,
future.
absolutely.
So we want to hear from people. Yeah, absolutely. It may not be this time, but yeah, let us know if you're interested.
Yeah, we've kind of finalized the schedule right now just to make sure that we know exactly how many people are going to be at each event. We will have the tickets available today after 12 o'clock. They'll be on the website.
Very
so
nice.
it's mermaidandmoon.com, and each one is limited to 40 guests, and the prices all range. There's a few that are licensed events, so 19 plus, and then lots of family-friendly options too.
Nice. And any preview of who's going to be down there? You got a DJ a couple nights.
We
I have an
do.
idea who it might be, but can you
Yeah.
tell us, or do you want to keep it all a surprise?
No, I'll definitely talk about
Yes.
it. We've got Ashley Daw, who is Puppy, and Sammy Blanco, so Temple Bolton. They're doing a really cool audiovisual art performance. So it's a mixture of music with illustrations. So that's happening Friday, which is the 19 plus event. So that's kind of our kickoff event. And then Sunday, a repeat performance of the same thing, but family friendly, so kids can come out as well.
Nice.
We've got some East Coast favorites coming out on both Saturday and Sunday. So we've got Jim Taylor is going to be
Jimmy
singing.
T.
Yeah, we've got Patrick Jacobson. He's going to be playing as well. And then lots of workshops. And then we've also got an art performance by Jen Walden and Terry Pamplin happening.
Sweet.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Sweet.
lots of really cool stuff.
Is their performance going to be like in line with what they kind of usually do in the summer, where they go out, do the dinner theater thing, and then they paint something with?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Yeah.
gonna
I mean,
be fun.
they haven't been having an opportunity to do that this summer,
Yeah.
well, or as much as they usually would. So that's an amazing experience as well. Watching them create something right before your eyes, incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome.
it's gonna be
Thank you
really
so
fun.
much for putting this on. Like, I know
Thank
it takes a lot of work, and it just takes a lot of what's the word? Chutzpah.
And an idea.
And an idea. That's
Yeah.
all you need, really. And all the, elbow grease and whatnot. So that is coming up on August, the holiday weekend in August. Performances, workshops, food from Elky's Table, and more details to come. It does say stay tuned for more details, or were these the details? Or are there more details to come?
This thing's been evolving very, very
Okay,
quickly.
so there could be more
I'm
to
sure
come.
there will be more details.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. Colin Meredith, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to mermaidandmoon.com for more information. You can find them on Facebook as well. And Event Rentals YK, I mean, give them a call. If you have an event, they have solutions for you for your next events, given, the whole pandemic.
Give us a problem. We'll solve
Give us a
it.
problem. Yeah. If you've got a problem, they'll solve it.
There you go.
Check out the hook while the DJ revolves it. Wonderful. Thank you so much again.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
This morning's show brought to you by Mermaid and Moon and Event Rentals YK. They got a new festival coming up on the August long weekend. Performances, workshops, and food from Elky's Table. More details to come, although they did share a whole bunch a little earlier on with us. And it sounds like they got the crowd issue figured out. And again, like you said, it does help owning thousands of chairs and tables.
Yeah.
And linens.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a step up, but you can call them for your event rentals as well. They have solutions if you just give them a problem.
And a chance.
And a chance. Go to mermaidandmoon.com for tickets. Ticket sales go on at noon today, and find them on Facebook as well. So check that out. And if you missed our chat with Meredith and Colin earlier, you can check it out on the podcast a little later on cabinradio.ca. To end off the show this morning, want to talk a little bit about Folk on the Rocks and what we missed out on this past weekend. Obviously, this is supposed to be the civic holiday. This is supposed to be Folk Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to have this day off.
Yep, not even supposed to be here.
Not even supposed to be here. We're usually out there until about, midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, doing the dance, finishing everything up, and just kind of, taking in the weekend.
Sleeping.
Well, trying to. Well, I mean, right now,
By this
but we'd be like up late last night.
Yes.
Finishing everything off. It's one of our favorite times of the year. It's our favorite event of the year. And obviously this year it didn't go down. So there were a lot of memories being shared this weekend. I think I said this to you last week, Lecter, that like I've been trying to like moving away from it, the thought of it for the past few weeks, just because I knew this weekend was coming, and I was like,
Try not to dwell on what's not going to happen.
I got enough FOMO in my life, baby.
Yeah.
I don't need any more. But obviously this past weekend is one of those things where you just I don't know, you miss the people, you miss the events, you miss the opportunity to get out there and get a little dusty and get a little dirty and have a few pops in the beautiful weather that we had over the weekend.
Yeah.
So it was tough. It's tough to kind of it's tough to miss those things, and it's you kind of have as much hope as you can for next year. Obviously, we don't know what's happening in the next year. We hope that everything is kind of not back to normal, but
that we can fly artists.
We can fly artists in and hang around with people without fear of reprisal, that kind of thing. So, I mean, big shout out to everyone involved at Folk on the Rocks. We know that your hearts were here, even if you weren't in town. Your hearts were here this weekend, and it's a heartbreaking thing to put in that much work and to have it not happen. So, big shout outs to everybody who was involved, everybody on the Folk board. Just everybody under that folk banner. We're our thoughts are with you. That sounds a bit much. Thoughts and prayers. No, none of that. But we felt it too, and we can't wait to do it with you again next year. And to everybody, not just people who are involved with folk, but to everybody who makes this a linchpin in their summer schedule. Mm-hmm. We all felt it too. And we hope that you were able to listen to some of our broadcasts over the weekend, where we played some selected highlights from folk past, and we look forward to continue bringing that to you live every year. Like I said, it's become a staple of our schedule.
Absolutely,
and, it's become so much fun to do it over the last couple of years, to be able to broadcast the entire thing live and just be out there. Every moment of it.
Yeah.
I
think as much as it obviously hurt for the folk board, who, like you said, they do work round the year.
Oh, absolutely.
To make that festival everything. It's all for that one weekend.
Yeah.
To make it everything that it can be. Obviously, we had a little bit of time in between when they realized that it just was not going to happen. Called it off. So in between that time and now, I think we were it was kind of easing a bit of the burn that we were not going to have the 40th anniversary of Folk on the Rocks. Yep. Made it a little bit easier by this weekend, but of course, all of those feelings came back up, and I think for us, we feel it almost as much as that board, because Folk on the Rocks is part of our identity here at Cabin Radio as well. That was part of our game plan coming out of the blocks was that we want to be as tightly associated with Folk on the Rocks as possible. We all love that festival. One of our first big plans was to get a stage at the Folk on the Rocks Music Festival. We did that. We have now had 2 years of the Cabin Radio stage at the Folk site, and this would have been the hat trick year on the 40th anniversary. We're all looking so forward to it. We've learned a lot of things in the first 2 years. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of successes. We've had a few failures. We've overcome some adversity. As you might remember, last year, as the festival was starting up, everything was getting going, and the internet dropped out.
Hey,
the old fiber line cut trick.
That's right.
And we navigated through that. We made it work, and it's just become. Yeah, without question, and into the future, it will still be, our highlight weekend of the summer. We all so look forward to it, and it's heartbreaking, coming back around to have all those feelings come up, especially because the weather was perfect.
It was
the perfect Folk on the Rocks weekend weather-wise.
It was
all for naught.
No, not for naught.
I mean,
you had a good weekend. Yeah. People had a good weekend. People are making the most of it.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And that's what's been cool to see, is that people are making the most of this odd situation that we're in, these trying times, these uncertain times, these unbelievable Anyway, but that's what's so cool about the new festival that's coming up in August.
Yes.
Is people are taking this opportunity to come up with new ideas, new things that we can do, and how we get to do them. It remains to be seen what's going to be happening next year. We're obviously all hopeful that we get to go off without a hitch next year at Folk on the Rocks, even if it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Again, spray everyone with hand sanitizer and no touching. I mean, that's tough.
And with all that in mind, Old Town Ramblin' Ride going on right now.
All month.
Like you talk about, people who are finding new ways to do things and like just coming up with somehow finding the energy to come up with ambition in these times to figure out something else, go a different route and expand on it.
Yeah.
Let
Really
alone
expand
let alone just, try and replace it, but actually expand on it.
Yeah.
Go to oldtownyk.com or their Facebook page. Yeah. Old Town Ramblin' Ride. Killing it right now.
Right on. Well, that's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin for this Monday morning. Have yourselves a great day. And if you are feeling that folk hangover or non-hangover, take the day off.
That's right.
Folk Monday.
It should be anyway.
That's right. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.